when did you move to military intelligence? I believe you weren't an intelligence officer initially.
Those days, read about cybersecurity professional. That name was still had not come. But I knew that there's something called hackers, people who can trace things, because I was totally a newbie. And I sent an SMS to a couple of my classmates who are employed in the IT industry saying, does anyone know how to trace back a mail, or can you tell me if anyone knows who's a hacker? There was an article on a hacking group called the Indian Snakes, a bunch of Indian hackers who was trying to target Pakistan. They had created a virus. I got fascinated by this. So I wanted to sit with this guy and understand how do you do it. So remember, at that time I had just bought my computer. Left and right click was just about what I knew. And there was no meeting point where he could make me understand anything. So he suggested some networking book. So once I studied this field, I had a plan. So I wrote a paper. After some time, it came down saying what the officer is saying is highly theoretical and this not practical and it's not recommended. Because I had asked this guy, if I need to code this particular, malware, how much will? So $5,000. And then came this gentleman, Hani Bakshi. And while talking, my OC told him, this guy had written a paper asking $5,000. They did not grant it. They could have given it, just for that. So Major Hani Bakshi that time told me, Pavi, can you tell me what is the experiment which you want to do? I've got some slush funds which I have created for, certain things. If I'm convinced, I'll sponsor you. I gave it a thought. I said, okay, he's not in any way in my line of chain of command. He's actually a competing unit. But I said, okay, if he's taking interest, let me make him understand. And I tried to explain exactly what I wanted to do. I could make out, he was not able to grasp what I was saying. But at the end of it, he told me, I'm convinced. This is the future. I'll give you 5,000. We need to start off on this. I didn't believe that he's going to send me 5,000 rupees. 1 week later comes the DO with a check attached, 5,000. I took it to my OC. I said, so, Major Hani Bakshi sent me 5,000. He says, okay, start off your experiment. Those days, there was a famous IPS officer, Shiv Sai, was IG Kashmir. And he had an interesting problem. They suspected they know an Lashkar operative. They could get the laptop, but they had no one who could analyze it in a forensic way. And they could only give it for, it can come in the daytime, night, next day it has to go back, because otherwise that guy will come to know. So someone told him that this guy might be able to help you. So when he contacted me, I said, you get it, I'll give it my best shot. I can't guarantee. So leap of faith for an organization to give a laptop to another organization.
Yeah, they're very clannish about all this, right?
No, because the training is such. I've seen many people in my entire life take leadership leap of faiths.
That 5,000 rupees from Hani Bakshi was a leap of faith too.
Leap of faith. And I found out this guy was making posters in it in Urdu. It took me 2 days to, analyze the whole thing.
Did they catch that guy?
I have no clue.
Okay, they will never tell you also, right?
We'll never ask also, no? I forgot to tell you one thing. Hani Bakshi also was posted in the valley. He called me. I've talked to your CEO. Please come for a celebratory meal. I said, sir, I always had one doubt which I wanted to clarify. He says, Pooch. I said, why did you give me the 5,000? And he gave me a reply, which I've still not forgotten. He said, सच बता दूं पवी, मेरे को कुछ समझ में नहीं आया तू जो बोल रहा था. और एक चीज मेरे को समझ में आ गया, that you are 100% convinced, and I decided to back you.
We have these lot of cases of honey trap and all these things happening. Recently, a DRDO top scientist was caught. Have you ever come across such cases while monitoring the other side?
Of course. Women have always been used as weapons. We had Vishkanyas, right? Many moons back. Okay? We were looking at monitoring a gentleman from the Pak military, defense attaché in a nation, and he was having a roaring affair with an Eastern European diplomat. To the extent he was so infatuated with her, his password was
her name.
Her name.
Oh, how pathetic. What a giveaway.
Now, to my fascination, our man came back, got promoted, and got into ISI. There you are.
Click here to watch the full episode.